Hello, welcome to Holistically Speaking. I am Morella DeVoe, your host. Our mission with Holistically Speaking is to be the avenue through which the voices of holistic health reach you at the time you need it most. And today we're sitting on the floor. We have a very special guest, little baby Colin over there, because we're going to be talking about infant massage. Our special guest is Beckie Taylor, or rather, Beckie's going to be teaching us how to do infant massage, and Molly, Colin's mom, will be, I guess you'll be demoing what it's like to be a parent and engaging with your baby in this way. So welcome both of you, all three of you. I'm really happy to have you here and do this kind of different, fun show.
Thanks.
So, Beckie, how did you get into infant massage?
I am a massage therapist and finished my certification in 2004 with Touchstone Healing Arts, and wanted to add in something else that I really loved, which was babies. And I was trying to get a baby to come on the planet too. Yeah. So I thought by learning about infant massage and being able to teach others that maybe a baby would appear, and he did.
Yeah.
So,
and so, you know, it's interesting to hear that infant massage is kind of growing. It's certainly not something that I had heard before I started doing the show, and I'm always looking for people who are doing interesting things, so I find you guys, right? But is this kind of a new thing, doing infant massage, or?
Oh yeah, no. It's been around forever, I think. Like Egyptians, and I know in India there's a very big contingent of people who do infant massage, and for years and years and years. So it's been around for a long, long time.
Interesting, but it's certainly not mainstream. Like, it's not something you're hearing about massively, I guess.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
So what is the goal with infant massage? What are you looking to achieve?
It's mostly to meet a baby where they're at and to have the connection between a parent or a caregiver and their baby.
Okay.
So it's really a connection. It's another connection.
And are there any specific benefits that you see in the babies from the massage?
I think it definitely helps with sleeping, with belly aches, with, if a baby gets sick in any way, reflexology and working on the feet and the hands, really helpful to calm and nurture. So, yeah.
Wonderful. Yeah. Have you ever done infant massage on Colin?
I've done partial classes with different yoga classes.
Yeah.
You can do the combination between the infant massage and yoga. It's for some relaxation techniques to help with the baby's calming techniques.
Nice. So,
not a lot. But I've seen beneficial changes from that.
What have you seen?
Just like having a more calm after the class.
Oh, nice.
And then it helps too, like she was saying, with gas and things like that. Doing different motions on the belly helps decrease some of the gas bubbles in the baby's belly.
Yeah. And so are you taking it home, and you do those things at home as well?
For sure.
So how about we have little Colin experience some of this while we hopefully have some parents. Yeah, it's you. Well, hopefully we might have some parents watching who will be learning the techniques, right? So you teach these classes often?
Yes.
Okay.
I do. Usually about once a month.
Oh, wonderful. Yeah. And at the end of the show, we'll have a resource for you so that you can find Beckie's classes. So why don't you get us started on what you would do?
Well, I would usually actually help us relax the parent too. Just take a couple of deep breaths in and close our eyes and just, and you can put your hands on your baby and just release, and then take another deep breath in. And relax. So the key is, if the parent is relaxed, the baby will be relaxed. We pick up on each other's needs and vibes and all of that. So that's the key, is to start off with a little relaxation and breathing. Yeah. And then if it's warm enough, and he might be up for disrobing, we'd take off the clothes. You can leave on the diaper. Whatever you're comfortable with is totally okay. And you can take off the diaper too if you want to, but I know it can be kind of a scary experience sometimes for parents to not have a diaper on. I often, in our classes, I will have a little washcloth that I put over like each baby, so that each baby can be protected from the who knows what will come out.
Right. The belly stimulation, the belly strokes might get the
Yes.
digestive system going.
It can. And often what I use is just organic olive oil. And anything that you put on your salad, you can put on a baby. Anything that's edible, you can use.
Lovely. Yeah, that's also my rule. If it's safe enough to eat, then you can put it on your skin.
Yeah. And I don't know where the olive oil is at this moment, so it's okay.
I think it might be to your right. Could it be?
I know. Sorry.
Okay.
That's the one thing. I don't think it's under here.
We lost it.
Yeah. It's probably not the end of the world for him, but it would be nice to have olive oil. We can't pause it, can we?
No. Okay.
So what I would do first is actually, and most babies would be like this, but I'm having it like this so the audience can see what I'm doing. So the way Molly is lined up is perfect. And what I would do is, you get some oil on your hands, which we can just put on some, and you just ask, would you like a massage? You want to check in.
Would you like a massage?
And most likely, if this is the first time, which it isn't, you can just put your hands on your baby. They're not going to know the first time what you're asking, but after a period of time, they're going to recognize that and maybe go, wee, yay, or go,
I would say yes to that. Yeah, I would like a massage.
Right. And we'll just start off on the legs. If you want to hold the foot, and we're going to start with Indian milking, which is going at the top of the thigh and going towards the foot. And this is a really calming stroke.
And you're not necessarily applying pressure,
Yeah.
you're just kind of...
Yeah, it's no pressure. It's really almost like just a brush.
Right,
you know?
just like
a very gentle.
caressing the leg
Yeah.
towards the ankle.
And any stroke that goes away from the heart is really helpful for relaxing. Anything that goes towards it is a little bit more stimulating. So this is helpful for toning. And then another stroke that's nice is the hug and glide. And that's just kind of hugging at the top of the thigh and going down towards the foot. And that's a nice one too.
How do you like it?
He seems to be enjoying it.
Mine was-
Sweetness.
And then another one that's nice to do is going towards the foot. And I love reflexology too. And any sort of stroke on the foot is helpful for the whole system. The idea that there's a microcosm of your foot is there for your whole body. So if he has like indigestion, it's helpful to press the heel, and maybe things will start moving.
Do you just apply pressure for a
Yeah,
certain
you can
amount
just
of time? Or?
yeah, you can apply pressure, or you can just glide kind of towards the top of the toes. If let's just say a baby has some stuff in their lungs, it's really nice to be able to press right underneath the toes because that's the lung reflex. These are little things that I just think are so helpful. And this is really hard to do, but the toe squeeze is great for sinuses. That's a reflex for sinuses. So if you have a stuffed up nose, and you yourself, you can do this on yourself. So
You could squeeze your own toes.
Yes, it really
Yeah.
works. So those are some areas that are helpful for babies.
Wonderful.
Another stroke that's really nice too to use, and this is more stimulating, is holding the baby's foot and going up towards, it's the opposite of Indian milking, it's Swedish milking. I think that's the
Swedish milking.
Yes.
So in general, is it upward strokes towards the heart tend to be more stimulating?
Yes.
And downward strokes
Yes.
away are more relaxing?
Right.
So if you have a baby that's maybe restless and you want him or her to fall asleep,
Yeah.
you wouldn't stroke up, but actually...
Right, exactly. Yeah,
Got it.
like this is Colin's nap time, so it's probably not ideal. But so we can go on to the other leg. There's many more strokes, but I'm just going to keep it simple.
Yeah.
So we'll start with the Indian milking, and it starts at the foot and goes up towards the thigh, and this is, oh wait, this one's actually.
And he seems so calm right now.
Yeah,
He's
he does.
interested in the baby next to him.
it
looks
we
kind
can
of like me.
face.
Is that baby? What is that baby doing?
The head is moved. And then the hug and glide is sort of squeezing from the top of the thigh and going down towards the feet. And that's nice to do. A little bit. eating your hands.
One of the interesting things that, or one of the most fascinating things that I have heard and learned about touch with children, infants especially, is the direct touch to the skin, and how they've found, in research, they've found that it's essential for babies to thrive, and that in many cases the children who haven't had that close contact with their mothers might have failure to thrive. And so this makes me think that, you know, the more that you engage with your baby in that really mindful, conscious contact, the more that you're helping your baby thrive, right?
Yes, definitely. It is. It's very helpful. The touch does help with that. That's right. So at the bottom of the foot, again, we can kind of massage just up towards the toes. That's a nice one. And if there's, you know, any of those situations like indigestion, the heel is a nice one to just kind of rub. You can hold it, you can just press, or you can, or you can have movement. And then the lungs, you can press right underneath the toes. And then the toe squeeze is kind of nice, where you squeeze the toes for, well, tickle purposes, doesn't mean to be, but it's good for not tickling, for just being able to clear out sinuses. And the top of the foot's a nice one too, and that's going towards the ankle.
Are those yummy fingers? Yeah.
And then if you wanted to end with sort of holding the bottom of the foot and going away from the heart. We'll end with the away from the heart one, which is nice.
Are there any things that you don't do when you're massaging your baby that you would say,
I mean,
certainly be
tickling's not a nice thing to do, but
not
you know,
tickling?
yeah. I mean, that's just, I know, like, they're just so defenseless, and sometimes it's not a meaningful thing that happens, you know, like they're ticklish in certain spots, so.
Right.
But things not to do, you know, I think if there's any sort of ear aches, you don't want to really press near the ears. There's some strokes to do around the head that, you know, it's good to just avoid any ear infections. Ah, there it is. If you would like it. I know other things to avoid. I think, you know, when a baby gets immunized, it's good to kind of avoid the spots where they've been immunized. And it says in the literature that I have not to massage at all, but I think the feet are just a good access point for any sort of illness or immunizing or anything, because I don't think that does anything really bad. There's no contraindications for that. So.
Right. So if your baby maybe is really ill or whatever, doing just the feet might be a place to focus?
Yes, that is 100%. And the hands, if you can get them, that's a place that can be tricky, because they like to, you know, have their hands for themselves. Suck on their hands and their fingers and all of that.
Right. Okay.
Colin, are you up for a little massaging on your belly? So if you want to get some more oil in your hands, I don't know how your oil situation is, but a nice stroke here is one that actually starts over on the side. We just draw a little eye over on the descending colon, the eye. And that we just draw a letter I. We're going to do an upside down L for love. I love. Yep. Yeah, right over here. Like, start over here and go.
So you're going across the transversal colon and then down.
Yeah. It ends up on the other side of the belly button.
Yeah, exactly. And then U is like a little rainbow all the way around.
Oh, so you kind of follow it.
Yep, exactly.
Just right above the belly button, then come across.
Yeah, and we can do that again. The I starts over on the left side of baby, the descending colon. And the transverse colon is love.
Across the belly.
Yeah.
Above. Okay.
And then U is an upside down U.
You.
For you.
Aww.
Very cute.
I love you.
Exactly. It's nice to have that one.
That's very cute.
There's also one called the sun and the moon. And that is, I usually start with my left hand and just go in a circle. And the circle is clockwise, because that's the way the colon is kind of shaped as it comes out through the descending colon. So you want to go clockwise on your baby's belly. And here's the sun, and then you add in the moon stroke, which is just a little tiny side moon. Yeah. That's great. Yep. Nice. It's such a different thing to work on a moving baby.
Yeah.
What do you like
Makes
to
it a little different.
Yes. Good to see it in action, though. And if you want to get a little bit more oil, if he's up for it, I know you mentioned sometimes he's like about being massaged on the belly, but we could do a little of
He
the
is
chest.
liking it today.
Yay! You can put your hands on your baby's, sort of chest area, and this stroke is
How are you?
an open book, and it's just a heart. Draw a little heart right on their
that's cute.
chest. Yeah, it's just a nice little, adding to the I love you.
Aw. He
You're in a
knows
good
it.
mood.
He knows it. My mama loves me. So how old is Colin?
He's 14 weeks.
14 weeks. And is there any minimal age? Like they have to be
I think it's good around a month.
Okay.
Because there's sort of more facial expressions of like happiness usually. Like that's when around the time they start smiling, and
Right.
it's sort of like acknowledgement of like this is okay for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I would say around a month. Although I know people that are like in prenatal situations, they do massage really early. So
Yeah. Yeah, they say also in prenatal. I'm sorry, I was going to say neonatal. When the babies are in NICU units, that skin-to-skin contact with the parents also helps them. So maybe it's not massage, but maybe just kind of
the connection, the touch, if you want, one thing that we can do is sing a song, and that involves a couple things that we've learned. One thing that we didn't learn actually on his belly is the water wheel, and this one's just like this. It's just a stroke that goes down from sort of mid-chest, mid-area. Yeah, perfect. That's the water wheel. But the song is Skidamarink, and we can combine some strokes. I think you've learned them all now, and if you haven't, you can just follow me and watch what I'm doing. So if you're up for it, we'll start with water wheel, and it's Skidamarink-a-dink-a-dink, Skidamarink-a-doo. And then I love you. Skidamarink-a-dink-a-dink, Skidamarink-a-doo. I love you. And then we do the sun and the moon stroke. I love you in the morning and in the afternoon. I love you in the evening and underneath the moon. Oh, and then the water wheel. Skidamarink-a-dink-a-dink, Skidamarink-a-doo. I love you. Oh, I love you stroke.
Oh, that's
something
so
that
sweet.
It's a fun one. When
You can do that at home.
I think singing's so helpful with babies because then
Yeah.
you get to breathe, and if they're like,
Right.
it's just nice.
Yeah.
Sing too?
Are you gonna sing?
Well, and he seems to be getting kind of energized. And Molly, you were saying that he didn't handle staying in the same position for long, but he seems to be enjoying himself.
He likes it.
Yay. Well, we could do a couple more strokes if he's up for it. We could change his direction. And this is more the back. I don't know if he likes to be on his belly.
Sometimes.
Yeah, okay.
Depends on the day.
If he doesn't, it's okay. But
I think it'll be better without the pillow, though.
Yeah, that's great. Right on. I can take the pillow out from underneath. There we go.
You ready for some belly time?
Yay for belly. So, I know I can turn my baby over really super easy. Make sure they can breathe.
Exactly.
Want some belly time?
Yay! Look at you. You're holding your head up. What a big boy you are.
He's gonna try to squiggle.
He does look very
Wow.
strong.
Yeah, it's awesome.
That's
Yeah.
with the belly time, that's what he has trouble with because he wants to crawl so badly, but he's not strong enough.
Yeah.
So-
So precocious. He just
Soon
wanted to
enough.
move.
Well, if you need some oil, you can get some oil on your hands, some olive oil, and this back and forth one is a nice one to do. That's just you start kind of at the butt and you kind of move your way up.
Ring stuck.
That's when I take him off because I just want to grab on his belly.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, I don't have a baby that will complain about my rings, but yeah, they're cold. Right? So it's in this part, it is nice to have, to be sideways for the baby, because it's just as helpful for that to be able to get the strokes like this. But this is really stimulating and also so helpful for just clearing out things on the back. Any sort of coughing, sometimes this is helpful. Yeah. There's also another stroke where you start at the butt, and you hold sort of the butt area, and you just kind of go like this, going up towards the heart if you want to stimulate, or down away. And that's really a nice one to do too. And this kind of gives a variety, is by holding the feet. You kind of loosen up a little bit some of the back muscles. What do you think, Colin? Is that good?
Ooh. Yeah, just not on that rug.
So those are all nice strokes to do for the back. And yeah, that's great. Those are sort of the main ones. Oh yeah, there's also combing. I forgot about this one. And that's just a gentle, kind of like your fingers are a comb, exactly. And you're just kind of running them down. And then at the end, you can just put your hands and say, "Yay, thank you."
Thank you for behaving.
Colin, you've done so wonderful.
There's more strokes if you guys want.
Do you do any on like head?
Yes, yes, there are some strokes on the head that are nice to do. Yeah, just position this way. There's also some on the arms. So it depends on, but we'll show you some on the head. You don't need any oil for the head, just because it's kind of greasy. You don't want to get grease in the eyes or any other places. So one thing that's a nice one to do is going up to the top of the top of the forehead and just kind of going over the eyebrows in that area. That's helpful for like a little sinus action, a little stimulating the sinuses.
What do you think about that, buddy?
What are you doing?
Touching my face.
I know. They don't really like their faces being touched, so it can be one that we can do quickly. Another one that's nice is just starting at the sort of top of the head and going down and around the jaw and coming down to the chin. That's a nice one too.
And so you were mentioning the eyebrows helps with the sinus clearing, and what in the head?
The head, it's in general, it's nice, I think, to have the head touched, but that's one of those things. But this area is nice for stimulating ears and all the lymph drainage in that area too.
What do you think? So, do you like that?
Yeah.
He's chatting you up. It's great. Another stroke that's nice, I think, in general for this area is just it's just a really kind of a gentle little heart that goes all the way around the face, and that sort of stays more on the face than goes around towards the jaw. Yeah, I know it can be like, wait, I want to see what's going on. And if you want to see the arms, we could check out the arms a little and get away from the face so Colin can be like, yay.
Yeah. And we can wrap it up with the arms with the last couple minutes that we have left.
Great. This first one is if your baby will let you hold the arm over their head, it's the pit stop, and you can just go right down towards the armpit. Tickle.
I'm looking at that and it's tickling me. I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't think I can handle
I know, you don't have to do it for
I'm
too
not
long.
sure about
Yeah, we can go on
ticklish?
to this is also the Indian milking, and that's going away from the heart. And it's hopefully not overly stimulating.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. He's really chatting you up. And then there's the hug and glide, very similar strokes to the legs.
I see.
And you can just kind of repeat them on the arms, which is really nice. Nice.
So, Molly, how has this experience been for you?
It's been great. I really like this Skidamere Keating sign. It's adorable.
That's really
That's
sweet.
been really good. And it's good to just to learn some new techniques, because a lot of these I didn't know before coming today.
Yeah.
So it'll be good.
Nice.
And are there any other suggestions or recommendations that you typically have for parents when you're teaching these classes?
I think more than anything, I use the class as a community, and I would say, like, you know, I would ask a question and say, you know, how's everybody sleeping? And sometimes people have resources about that and places that help with exhaustion or with, you know, support,
Right.
just other adults to talk to,
Yeah.
to not feel isolated. So I think the class is definitely more of a community building thing.
Yeah. So I want to show our viewers how they can find some of the classes that you teach and find other resources. So that is at Infant Massage Classes with Beckie at VermontBirthJourneys.com. So you can visit their website. Again, it's VTBirthJourneys.com, and you'll see they also have doulas, resources, pregnancy massage, and all sorts of wonderful information for expecting parents and new parents. And then Infant Massage USA, that's where you learned your massage, your infant massage. So the website there, if you want to learn more, is infantmassageusa.com. And again, for the classes, it's VTBirthJourneys.com. So it's been really lovely to witness this, because it's one thing to see it on the doll, but just to see the interaction with mom and baby, and seeing Colin react has been really interesting. Are there any favorite stories or suggestions or things that you share with parents at the end?
You know, I usually read a poem at the end about being a parent, because a lot of people that do come are new parents, so it's sort of, and before I had a child, I thought they were kind of cheesy, but I just think that they're beautiful. Just remembering how awesome it is to be a parent and how to have as much patience with yourself as you can. I think those are my words of wisdom.
Yeah.
And that the community is a resource to reach out for help.
Right.
For going to infant massage classes and play dates with people and reach out.
Yeah.
So
and learning new ways in which you can interact with your baby.
Yeah.
It's really beautiful. What I'm taking away, and I'm not a parent, but what I'm taking away is just how lovely and sweet and connecting it is, because it's not just bathing the baby or dressing the baby or playing or feeding, that most, it just happens, right? But this very intentional, engaging seems really wonderful, and that it must build a really beautiful bond between the parent and the baby. So
definitely does.
Well, thank you so much for teaching us, and thank you so much for being willing to come and bring Colin and be on the show. And Colin, you did so well. I'm so happy you were with us.
Yay.
I hope you learned a lot from this show, and that you will be practicing infant massage on your little ones. Oh, and one final thing, I'm sure there's no age to stop, until they just don't want it.
Right, yeah.
No.
I mean, I still massage my 4-year-old, and he asks for it, so it keeps going.
Wonderful.
It changes, but it keeps going.
Wonderful. So there you go. From the time they're born till they don't want it anymore. Hopefully you learned how to engage with your child in a new way. And we'll see you next time. Thanks for joining.